Bro, Lee Sin is too OP, bro.
Yeah, don't worry, I got him.
Yo, for how long have we been
Yeah,
playing, dude?
go on the right, go on the right. Guys, it's a little bit late. I'm gonna head down to sleep. I have school tomorrow. God damn, I have 3 hours of sleep. Shut up. Bro, these reels been boring lately. Damn. Alright, kids. Today we're going to learn the law of sines and cosines. If you pay attention, they shouldn't be too difficult. I was in ninth grade, and I remember this was my exact way of living. 50, shut up. God damn. Wait a minute, he needs attention. I would wake up from an awesome gaming session, pack my things, and go to school. I would sleep on the car because obviously I was sleep deprived. And when I would get in school, that's when the stress would start, because I had a math test coming right up, for which I tried to study, but I just couldn't focus. Obviously, after the test, everyone starts asking each other on their answers, and I just listen to the smart kids basically telling me I failed. And for me, that made me feel like a failure, a loser, because it looked like everyone was capable of getting good grades, and I was the only one incapable of studying. But then, after school, the day ended and I needed to go home. What do you think I would do on the way back? I would scroll through social media endlessly. My commute takes around an hour, and that's what I would do for the entire commute. And I would just not realize how time passed. And when I would get home, I would try to do my homework. Obviously, I was a dumbass. I barely knew how to do half the math problems, and I didn't really even try. Because I was too excited to finish my homework so I could play video games. Now, if you find this story familiar, but you're sick of it, allow me to help you out, because I feel for you, bruv. Top 3 is video games. Now, I know there's a lot of gamers out there, and they are very protective about this habit. I don't blame them, because I was too. I had days when I played 10 hours straight, and I remember how awesome it would feel when I was home alone for like a day and I could play video games in peace, like no one disturbed me from my gaming session. Now, if you're playing video games, that in general is not harming, like your mental state or social skills. But what is harmful about them is the time that you take away from good habits that build you up, like sleep. I think sleep is the most attacked habit by gamers. And put it in video games, because overall the biggest enemy of gamers is time. And I'm sorry to break it to you. That time that you put in video games is time wasted, because in real life you got nothing done. You just sat in a computer chair, staring at the monitor. As I said, if you play video games just when you have time, you don't put them ahead your work and your duties, and you're comfortable spending that time that way, go ahead. But if you're playing every day, around the same hours, and when you finish playing the only thing you think about is your next gaming session, you need to take a step back, because it really is an addiction. And this comes from someone who was very addicted to video games. Very addicted. The first step when quitting video games is to realize and accept it's a bad habit. So whenever you hop on your PC to play, your conscience will let you know that it's not okay, and you will only play when you think you deserve it. It's not going to be like when you get home from school, straight up you go play video games because that's what you've been doing for 2, 3 years, like I was. So it will make you feel awkward to even play anyway. You can get my word for this. Um, I was a massive gamer all my childhood. I have thousands of hours on multiple games. I haven't played for 2 months straight now, and I feel a lot better already. And I don't even feel the need to play. If you're going to be defensive and try to justify that,
Oh, I only play 1 hour per Ice Age to wind down after a hard day.
uh, try to take a look from third person at yourself watching this video and tell me what you see. Because I see a young man with a lot of potential that can really make a change in this world, defending his biggest enemy. Think of the biggest goal in your life. You know that car that you really want to drive to your old school 10 years after you graduate to show all the teachers that told you will not amount to nothing, that you made it. And now think of all the hundreds, thousands of hours that you sat in a chair staring at the screen. You could have been so much closer to that goal. Think about this. Top 2 is social media, and especially scrolling. Now we're getting to the big boys. Previously we talked about video games who didn't really harm you, but took your time away. Social media affects your mental state and takes a lot of time away. So, first of all, scrolling absolutely smashes your attention span. For example, in school, the lessons were so boring for me. Like, I would look at the board, at the teacher, physically looking like I'm focusing on what she was saying, but my mind was in a complete different universe. And that is the doing of scrolling and this short form content. And that's why it's so addictive. It's constant flow of information, surprise information, because you don't know what real is going to come up next. And that keeps your brain so focused, so engaged in that trance until you get that dreaded notification. And you realize that you just scrolled for 2 hours non-stop and you start asking yourself, the fuck am I doing with my life and time? Because right now you have probably scrolled more than 100 hours in your life. Let's do this. I did this myself, and honestly, I couldn't do it. So let's get going. Get a sheet of paper and write down 10 reels or TikToks or YouTube shorts that you remember. You saw thousands, tens of thousands, and it's hard to remember 10. Alright, no joke now. Genuinely, I tried to do this and I managed to get only 7. Totally, I think I watched, I don't know, 10, 20,000, maybe more types of videos like this, and I can't write 10. Let me know how many you got. Anyway, back to the show. The second part of social media is that your brain will constantly compare you to other people. And when you see all posting from their expensive hotels, their hot girlfriend in a pool in Bahamas, your brain is comparing you to that guy. Your success to his. And that fucks up your brain because it puts you down in this place of self-doubt and misery. Quitting scrolling, and I mean scrolling, not social media, because personally I don't have anything against normal texting apps like WhatsApp or Messenger. These specific scrolling ones. And by the way, even though I'm on YouTube, YouTube is also included as well. TikTok, Instagram are very bad. I had both, heavy user of both. I used Instagram Reels too much, and the only way I got rid of it, I'm not going to lie, I tried any sort of shit, app blockers and sorts. But there is only one thing that truly worked for me, and that is not only deleting the app, but the account as well, because I did only uninstall the app. 2 days later I was scrolling on browser. So I know it sounds drastic. I don't have an Instagram account for more than a year, and I never felt that I was shut away from my friends, because real friends find ways to contact you anyway. I was never really a TikTok user, but let's be honest, TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Reels are the same. Now, even though I'm on YouTube, I'm mad at YouTube for not having a setting option to disable shorts, recommendations and stuff, because I still stumble to find myself scrolling on there, even if the reason I opened YouTube is to watch some video or to check analytics or anything. So that's something I would really want from YouTube. Top 3. Now this is the king of modern addiction. And I'm sorry for this part of the video, I'll be vulgar. I'll swear a lot. And when I said the king of modern addiction, I'm pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. Porn. Now this shit attacks your mental health, social skills, and time like a battering ram. And most men have this addiction, which is very concerning. It ruins your mental health because in our lizard brain, the underdeveloped part of the brain, the caveman, the moment of reproduction is the height of achievement for your brain. So that's why busting a nut feels so good, because your brain rewards itself for managing to reproduce. But in reality, you're just a wanker that now needs to clean his mess with paper towels. And that is the exact reason for that feeling of shame and the what the fuck am I doing with my life feeling after busting a nut. Responsible for these thoughts is our advanced brain, the part of the brain that makes the difference between humans and animals, and he understands who you are. Unlike your lizard brain, who thinks he's the coolest guy in town because he managed to reproduce, Smarty realizes that you're a loser and nowhere near close to reproduce. But unfortunately, some of the most important feelings to get shit done are in the hand of our lizard brain. Motivation, drive, discipline, willpower. All of these go down when you fap. Because lizard brain thinks he no longer needs discipline to do the hard work, so he will be fit to procreate. Because he already done it, no need for more hard work. And that is why wanksters are so bitchy, slow, no drive, because nothing motivates the base part of their brain. I know this sounds like bro science, and fairly it is, but you know what I'm talking about. And you know it's relatable, because we all had those thoughts. We all had the post-nut clarity, or what is it, the post-nut slugginess. Now, the last part of porn is that this shit lowers your ability to see humans as humans. And this is more dangerous than you think. You start looking at women only in a sexual way, which is toxic for your brain and future relationships. So for the sake of your future wife and kids, quit this shit. I could yap hours about porn, but I'm going to wrap it up here and tell you that quitting an addiction is one of the hardest things a man can do. So, if you relapse, don't give up. If you fail, keep going. Try again and again and again. Don't be afraid of failure. Never give up.
I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed.